takes a while to congregate. If we clear some of them out, it'll make things easier for us. For a while, anyways. New report from our scouts.
That's a lot of zombies.
Where I will gladly murder them all. Welcome everybody to State of Decay Breakdown. We're on difficulty level 2 with a score of 1696. I believe there is nothing really that we can be doing other than we need building materials to do stuffs. There we go, we'll start that up, and we have enough beds. We got them on sniping details. Since this is a given place, we can't upgrade it. I see one horde. I mean, there's still that infestation. Not a lot of hordes. Alright. Headed towards home. There's another one. If you're new to the game, the horde missions are beautiful because there is a morale system with State of Decay that if you log out with less than 100% morale, things can go very wrong. Also, if you log out with people that are going to be missing, they may very well die. So we did not get to meet Lincoln Voss last time. He is using a spitting maul, a rifle 700. He is a bro, sub-bro. Practice taxidermy. He's a hero and he likes to hunt. Leanna Carter, we have no nonsense. She uses a replica axe. Live a little, a hero in a total lush. We have nobody missing at the moment. We're almost close to full morale, and we have one bag for the next difficulty level. We actually need 2. So just to make sure that I find said bag, even though I'm sure it's ridiculously easy to find, we're going to spend some of our surplus of influence, we have 434, and ask Lily to call around and say, hey, have you seen a bag of building materials? Now, one other thing I want to do really quickly is I want to actually look at the scoreboard, the leaderboard, for everything there. So right now I'm at 3,000. I'm not really trying for any score. That is a pretty huge deficit. I'm not even going to bore you all with going through. We really need to get up in difficulty levels before we can get some huge multipliers going. So I think probably very soon we're going to move on to difficulty levels, because let's be honest, you want to see the hardcore dangerous stuff anyways, and you're only going to get that with higher difficulty levels. So
Confirmed. Where's Ed Free here?
we may even move, well, we probably won't move on today. We might, I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to do so.
I'm bringing this stuff home. We'll see you soon.
It's actually incredibly tempting to move on today. Unfortunately, since this isn't a live stream, which I hope to get back to doing one day.
Load it up. See you back at base. Roger that. We'll be waiting.
Alright. One day it'd be nice to go back to live streaming, but I found with the internet connection it can't really support the high quality that I like, so I haven't been live streaming because of that. But one day I want to get back to it. One day. But we'll think as we play. You're the red dot. Was expecting different, to be honest, but that's okay. Alright, setting up traps for the win.
How's it going? I'm almost there.
There we go.
Sweet.
Alrighty. Well, since we're considering moving on to the next difficulty level, because that's where you're going to get all of your goodies, we need to go to the most dangerous place in town, which is this little warehouse down here. And we need to see if we can get some building materials, because that's going to be our best and easiest bet. You cooked into the ground. How nasty. Just nasty. You know, this building has almost always been empty for me. Every single time. Yeah, it doesn't have any building materials. I don't think maybe like one time I found some Molotovs, I want to say, but I'm not even sure if that's factual. So we're just going to ignore that for now. And hi-fi dude, good job. Alright. Let's see here. What's that noise, I wonder?
Nice.
Hatchet, that's not cool. Oh! Not cool. Not cool, game. Not cool. I thought we were friends. Actually, I knew that we weren't, but still.
I don't have enough space for this. I'll run this home.
Roger that. We'll be waiting.
Screamer. What else is around here? Really would like to grab that pry bar if I could. Don't like having my back to the world for that long, especially in this area, because there is specials that spawn quite frequently over here. Let's see. Nail puller, good. Alrighty, well everybody. Whoop. Beautifully done. Well, we'll go ahead and go on home. I'm going to drop this bag of building materials over by the tree. We're not going to put them in. Want to see something fun? Think I have enough time to do it? Let's do it. Oh, they care more about me than they do the fire. That's weird. Usually they care more about the fire than they do you, but sometimes you can do that and wake up the neighborhood. Kinda seems like a partial wake up, not a full one. That's okay, we don't want to have them over by us anyways, not just at the moment. We do want to get out there and kill some, but not so much everything else.
I'm almost there.
We'll crack open a cold one for you.
Alright.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Alright, drop the rucksack, please. That is our stuffs for the next difficulty level. Let's go ahead and run this inside. And, yeah, I'm still very tempted to move on. We want to get up in that difficulty level to see the higher levels, and you know what?
I don't have enough space for this.
Where is the nearest enclave, then? Let's see here real quick. I think we actually are going to move on to the next difficulty level today, now, soon, here in a minute. But first things first, let's reload the gun, deposit the rest of the stuff, get some junk out of our inventory, and sell it to this enclave. Like, what am I realistically never going to use? Heavy weapons are very much amazing, but I'm not going to use these rusty pipes, and that twig can just be destroyed. That somebody really ought to be embarrassed just even putting that in there. Destroy the wooden branch. Has some nostalgia because, you know, Marcus uses it at the beginning of the campaign, but other than that, the wooden branch must go like that. Why is that in there? In all actuality, I probably put it in there, but still. Why has nobody else taken care of it? The hatchet will actually go ahead and sell as well. And cracked pipe. Alright, so if you're new to the game, what am I about to do? Well, I took stuff out of my inventory, and I paid a price. I have an available influence of 434, and I paid, you know, 18, 20, so on and so forth. But why would I do that? Well, they are using up inventory slots. You have a finite amount. I don't know the amount right off. Maybe somebody that does know can put it in the comment section. I do know that you can get like little upgrades and stuff, so maybe it can change, but we have a finite amount of space, and believe it or not, whenever you get up to difficulty level 10 and 20, you've accumulated so much stuff from each and every single difficulty level that it's just too much to store, and you start having to make choices, and it's just not fun. So what we're doing is we're going to go down to this enclave, and you'll see here in a minute. We'll go through the full demonstration because I need to do it anyways and try to stay proactive. Also, try not to hit those gas grills because they will go boom on you. There. Alright. There we go. Cool, cool. So, this is what we're going. This is a enclave. You can see by friendly survivors or just survivors in general. And they're willing to pay me 15 for the hatchet. I paid 18 to take it out. I only lose 3 influence, but I get the space back. And we're going to go through and do that to every single one of those. Now, those are pretty decent weapons. There's nothing wrong with them. But I personally just will not use them. So, might as well sell them and get something for them rather than having to delete them and lose the whole entire cost. You'll see a lot of people do that playing State of Decay. If you yourself are new to the game and don't know that, that's just one of the many little tricks that you can do, because if you survive and you live to difficulty level 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 or whatever you do, you will have just more stuff than you can understand what to do. You know, you'll probably be minus like a special kind of ammo or a special kind of weapon, but there just is so much stuff. So much stuff.
Over the radio. You'll find it on your map.
Beautiful. Yeah. I don't actually need it now, but we might as well go ahead and grab it. I paid for it. And it'll be a nice little thing to do. So I think next video we're going to move on to the next difficulty level. Like I said, it really makes this kind of a waste, but that's okay. We weren't certain. Is that enough for me to walk through, but maybe not a feral? Right. Nope. That's alright.
We're clear.
Good, good, good. Alrighty. And that's one of the things I'm going to start doing, is start giving like little tips as I play through the game, because I do know, since it is a new game on a new console,
I hope we don't regret that missed opportunity.
We could get into a situation where people don't know, so
We'll be ready.
want to be able to help as much as we can. Alright. Good, good, good. Whoop. Alrighty. Well, everybody, here we are.
I'm almost there.
Beautiful.
Found this while I was out.
What you got?
Oh, you know, stuff.
Let's go ahead and give Gurubani a break and use somebody else until we're ready to go on to the next difficulty level. Leanna would be good. His attitude is grim, but he's sick. Owen, he is moody, but that's okay. We'll try to cheer him up. Oh, he was actually on the watchtower. I said Liana was, but brutal. Alright. You have no bag. That is not good. Use a 22, not silence. That makes sense to me. You have a baton. That's okay. Maybe not the greatest thing in the world, but that's okay. We want to get you some flames and a set of snacks. Alright. The quickest way to raise somebody's attitude or morale, if they have a better attitude, they are less likely to go off and run off or be moody or cause something to have a drop in morale. The quickest thing you can do to achieve a boost in attitude and whatnot would be to bring home a bag. So like, let's say for example, make sure nothing's stalking us. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Cool. So let's say there's a bag of food in here. If we go ahead and return that home with Owen, he gets a nice little boost to his attitude. Yeah, there we go. Ew, somebody did pick up their junk off the floor. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Unfortunately, no bag there. No help. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there.
Better look around some more.
Alright. How you doing today, Owen? Doing good? Good. Oh, actually, just go ahead and eat that. Says something is left. Is the dresser the only thing? Ooh, what would they be worrying me about?
Of course we're awesome. I'll run this home.
Roger that. We'll be waiting. Things are starting to sound pretty urgent. I don't know how long our friends can hold out. Do what you can.
Boop. Alright. Now, I don't know how many bags it takes. It may take 2 or 3, but let's say, for example, right now, Owen is moody. So let's see here real quick.
I'm almost there. Found this while I was out.
What you got?
Oh, you know, stuff.
So he's still moody, so we need to get a few more bags, but that's actually okay because since we're moving on to the next difficulty level, probably the next video, we can go in here. Yeah.
Sit tight. I'm bringing this stuff home.
We'll be ready.
And we can just simply rob our outpost here.
I'll run this home.
We'll be ready.
Good stuff. Alright.
I'm loaded up. See you back at base.
Roger that. We'll be waiting.
Ew. Blech.
How's it going?
Smashed her head.
I'm almost there.
Alright. So we're going to do this the long way just for a second because I want to see
I'm almost home.
We'll crack open a cold one
how
for
many
ya.
bags it takes.
Found this while I was out.
My hero.
Still moody. I do know people with traits of being a jerk do have like permanent moodiness and they're just always going to cause troubles, but he does not actually have that, so
Where the hell am I going to carry this?
you do not want to know the honest answer to that. You do not want to know.
Found this while I was out.
Alright.
My hero.
Still moody. Usually 2 or 3 bags does that, but that didn't, so that's a little awkward. Oh, actually, I don't want this hatchet. There we go. Alrighty. Well, everybody, we're going to go ahead and stop here. I'm going to take me a small break. I'm not going to let the simulation run because there's really no need to. At the moment, we don't have anybody missing. So probably what we're going to do is we'll go back to Gurubani, and we'll just go ahead and switch to her right now, returning home. See, she ran away on a mission. That's why we go ahead and flip back to him. Who are we going to take with us? Well, we'll decide that as soon as we start the next video. Like I said, we'll be doing this simultaneously, so we'll hop on into that. Thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing day. See you next time.